At a time when mainly horse-drawn carriages were found on roads and tracks, this vehicle is just as much a technology carrier. Although it has spoke wheels with leaf springs and tries to offer some comfort, the car emancipated itself from traditional coach building. The Audi Type C Alpine Victor. Constructed by one of the leading automotive pioneers of the last century, August Horch. 1912, the designer brings the Type C onto the market. An enlarged version of the Type B launched the previous year. A lead frame with leaf-sprung rigid axles and an open four-seat touring car chassis are the then usual standard. The Type C gets the nickname Alpine Victor for the same reliability test.
August Horch repeatedly participated in the famous Austrian Alpine rallies with this vehicle, most recently in 1914, where they started with 5 vehicles and reached the finish line with these vehicles with 5 penalty points. For that time, a huge success.
The Type C in the strongest version produces 40 horsepower. The top speed is 100 kilometers per hour, at that time more than respectable. The innovation is found in the touring car under the front hood, a 3.6-liter 4-cylinder aluminum. This engine is designed by August Horch personally.
He already set on lightweight aluminium then. The entire engine block, the crankcase halves are made of aluminium. He cast the parts himself, because he could not find a foundry to do that. This is the special feature of this engine.
A high-tech engine unit anno 1914. The aluminum 4-cylinder even did without a water pump then. However, it doesn't have an electric starter, although Cadillac brings this to the market already in 1912.
Now we'll start the car, as it was customary then with the crank. This takes some preparation. First, have to fix on the fuel pump. The carburetor is flooded somewhat so it gets more fuel when starting. Then have to see if the idle is in, put the ignition on late, turn on the gas a little, the hand throttle is here, one turn empty, now switch on the ignition. And there he's running.
Not only the starting procedure, but also driving a 100-year-old classic has to be learned.
It does go up slowly, but it also goes down slowly again. You drive with the engine brake downhill, engage a low gear and let the car roll down. The few brakes you have, you keep for emergency situations or hairpins. The car just had brakes at the rear axles, as was customary, and other brakes on the propeller shaft. That was the state of the art.
Even in bad weather, Ralph Hornum drives with the top open, as is Audi tradition. The leisure feeling for such a classic pre-war comes by itself, slowing down by tradition. Two spare wheels is standard because of the numerous punctures at the beginning of the 20th century. Although the car is still in its infancy, August Horch builds the Audi Type C, a popular car that finds many takers. It is built from 1912 to 1921. And during this time, the Audi Automotive GmbH Zwickau produces almost 1,500 examples under August Horch. This specimen belongs to the vehicle collection of the Audi tradition. Confusingly similar, in the Deutsche Museum is the personal copy by August Horch. The designer Horch can no longer call his cars Horch, already from 1909. The valiant engineer leaves his own company then after conflicts with the management and founded the Audi car factories. The rest is a story of today's global brand.